Philippines. I'm so proud of that.
If you know Bien, I do believe in saying that, you get to know someone by spending time with them, hearing their stories, and it is through their stories and backgrounds that you
would learn. Yes, exactly. So that life is about giving, that life is about sharing, that life is about relationship. And you won't be able to sustain a relationship if you're very self-centered and if you think that life just revolves around you.
Welcome to Thought Bubble with Jay. I am your host, Jhesy, a corporate analyst, side hustler, and an advocate of creating with intent. So, let's burst those thought bubbles and turn them into convos. Let's speak our minds and dive into the nitty-gritty of it all, whether it's mental health, adulting, creativity, faith, and life in general. Join the conversation by using the hashtag #ConvosWithJ for your comments and suggestions. And, hitting the subscribe button is greatly appreciated. Thanks for listening.
Huwag kang mahiya kay Ver.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Thought Bubble with Jay. My name is Jhesy, and today we're going to be doing something different on the podcast. I'd like to pretend that this is a show. Well, technically it is, but I'd like to interview extraordinary people and look at their lives just a little bit closer so that we can be inspired to learn about their life's journey. So if you're new on the podcast, this next person that I will be interviewing is someone that you've heard on the podcast during the Monday Hot Seaters. If you've heard about the topic on Black Lives Matter as well as the Big Sang Awards, then you know who I am referring to. He is a good friend. He is well-traveled. He's a financial guru. And he is the person behind my YouTube videos as well as the photographer for the photos that I have on my Instagram, those Instagrammable, and it is his birthday today. So without further ado, happy birthday, Bien.
Thank you, Jhesy.
Bienvenido.
Yeah.
That is welcome in Italian.
Welcome in Italy. Yeah.
In Italian. So, 35.
Yeah. I'm 35 now. I just turned 35.
35. So, first question. What is the first thing that you did upon waking up today?
The first thing that I did earlier was to check my phone. Because I need to check.
Your phone.
Because I need to check what time is it. Mm-hmm. And surprisingly, I normally wake up around 8 o'clock. But I don't know, for some reason, I woke up at around 6 o'clock.
So you're excited to celebrate?
Maybe. That's why afterwards, I try to sleep again. Then after checking my phone, it's 8 o'clock. Then I pray to God. I thank Him for the last 35 years.
35 years is a really long time.
Yeah, it is.
Now, we are in pandemic, right? And with all the borders closed and you being a person who loves traveling. Yeah. So what are the sort of adjustments that you've made? I mean, how does it affect you that borders are closed? And normally you celebrate your birthday somewhere outside Singapore, or you do something, different, not just
last time I was in Myanmar.
You were in Myanmar on your 34th. So how different is today? Well, except of course that we're celebrating his birthday here with only 5 guests. Yes, 5.
Maximum
of 5 guests.
Per visit.
How does it impact you?
When it comes
being someone who loves traveling.
When it comes to traveling, maybe I just come to terms when it comes to that. Like, I already have accepted that I won't be able to travel this year. Like, I do have a lot of plans. Like,
accepted?
Somehow. I'm supposed to be in US by mid-October.
This year, right?
Yeah, this year. But
you're also going to London, right?
Yeah, supposedly last July.
So you had everything planned out.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, God has its own plans. But as of now, I'm okay. I mean, I already accepted it. At the same time, I realized that I got to save some money because of this. And I tend to value more my time here in Singapore. Like, I was able to explore different places here, like different coffee shop, and
so
spend more time.
Travel.
Yeah, that's a new travel.
Okay. So, was it hard adjusting? For someone who's always traveling Was
At
it?
first,
At
yeah.
first, okay.
Because I'm a guy who always loves to plan. Like I do have my travel plans until 2022. But then you realize now, oh shucks, everything will be canceled this year.
Yeah.
So your timeline or your plan for this year was eventually gone. So what's next?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's sort of a setback for you this year,
Yeah.
but you learned to adapt in some ways.
Yeah.
So
And
just
I
sorry.
do learn to be more grateful that
Yeah, I think that's
being
that's-
alive this year is such enough blessing that you can receive from God.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Mhm.
Now, speaking of blessings,
Mhm.
let's just turn back the clock quite a little bit and talk about the highlights of your past year.
Okay.
So that means from October last year to the past 12 months.
The past 12 months. Okay, so
Highlights.
last year, October, we were in Myanmar. So I think that's one of the highlights. We managed to visit Bagan and Yangon with some of my
Never
friends.
been.
Then Christmas celebration, I was in the Philippines, so I got to spend Christmas with
Christmas.
them. Yeah,
Good for you.
luckily.
I've never been home.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my third year.
Oh,
here.
third year.
So
Yeah.
it's good that you were able to go back last year.
Yeah,
So that's one of the
luckily.
highlights. What else?
Then we managed to go to Baguio, Philippines. I'm so proud of that.
Okay, if you know Bien, that would come as a surprise because local travel, it's not really your thing. You would normally go for the big travels and just the small ones kind of would be pushed back.
But
or
surprisingly,
pushed back.
I love it. I mean,
I
I've
love
been to Baguio for, I think, 3 or 4 times already. So it's my 4th time, if I'm not mistaken. And this time it was different because I'm with my family.
Okay.
Not just my
Yeah.
my family, but the entire family. Like all my aunties, my uncles, and some of my nephews and nieces. So when we were there, I was surprised that, I didn't expect that this would be this fun.
Okay.
Like I didn't know
So
that.
spending quality time with them.
Yeah, I didn't know that they are that they are in that character whenever they're in trouble. Like they love photography the way I did. I didn't know that they have
You
this certain
influence
part.
them, I think.
I think so.
You're the one with the camera, always. So, will that be your most favorite recent memory as of late, or is there something that will top that?
When it comes to my family, yeah, I think that would be the one.
What
Recent
about
memories.
outside family? Is there
Outside
your
family.
favorite recent memory?
I think being quarantined.
Really?
Yeah, somehow
Being quarantined is his.
I don't know if that would
favorite
be.
recent memory.
But
as of late.
I learned a lot during the CB period. I mean,
Yeah.
here in Singapore, we call it circuit breaker. But during those times, I realized that I do, what you call this, I do find the time to reflect on what
That's
are
good.
my goals, what are the things that I should be doing. Like, I was questioning myself, am I really doing the purpose that God wants me to do or wants me to have?
So now we're talking about purpose.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's
Okay.
just me, but during those times, because I'm not allowed to go out of the house because I'm under a sick home notice. So during those times, I was just questioning myself, like, is it really what should I be doing now?
Okay. So let's talk about purpose right a bit. In regard to that, you've always been a person who manages finances quite well.
Yeah.
So do you have any tips that you can share?
When it comes to finances, I don't know if I'm.
Because I'm
I
always
can be considered
curious
a
how you
financial
manage
guru.
to travel, at the same time support someone back in the Philippines, and then save and
Yeah.
then do stocks on the side.
Okay. So for me, I think I have 3 words to share. First is awareness. I do have an Excel file regarding all my finances. So I do track all the expenses that's going out, like all the groceries and everything. But now I tend to realize that I should not be tracking about my expenses. I should be tracking about the income. So now I was actually praying to God, Lord, why am I just tracking my expenses? Why don't I try to track now my income? Like, Lord, please give me the wisdom to have this knowledge on how to set up a business, on how to create different income streams.
So wait, back up a bit. So instead of tracking your expenses, you'd rather track your income.
Yeah.
That's a kind of different way of like looking at your finances as a whole.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it recently. Like, I do have another Excel file for all those incomes so that I list down all of those.
Okay.
So that I'm praying that, Lord, I know it. I know someday some of these Excel checklist, the Excel cells,
Yeah.
will be able to fill up with some amount. Yeah.
Okay.
First is awareness.
Yeah.
Second one is generosity.
Okay.
Whenever I felt like I'm lacking, I always try to give to someone. Because whenever I felt that there's some scarcity, then
Oh, scarcity
I would really
mentality.
felt
Okay.
that I'm having this scarcity. So whenever I felt those feelings, I try to give to someone so that I won't be able to feel that there's some scarcity. And lastly, I think this is very common, like savings minus income equals expense. So you need
Savings minus income equals
expense.
expense.
Or
Okay.
income minus savings.
Okay.
Yeah,
We have
income minus savings equals expense. So you set aside the savings
income
first
minus savings.
equals expense.
Okay.
So you set aside
Expound.
first all your savings after you receive your salary or all the incomes that you have. Then you set it aside. Then afterwards, leave on the expense or the amount that you allotted for your expenses. So
Okay.
somehow I do manage to to make it workable.
So first is awareness, generosity, and then
That one, income minus savings equals expense.
income minus
Yeah.
savings equals expense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite new. So first is looking at your expense. So it's like counting your blessings first before
Yes.
looking at what you're
Yes.
lacking in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course the generosity part. You've always been generous to
Yeah.
me and to a lot of people.
Not just monetary. I mean,
Yeah, of course we're not just talking about
Yeah.
monetary generosity, but you've always been very generous. So the last one is income. Sorry, savings. Is it income minus savings equals expense?
expense. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down so that I won't forget. So I'm curious to know, was there a major turning point in your life which led you to where you are now? Just looking back the past 35 years. Yeah. Was there like a major turning point?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Apparently. And yeah, so once you share that, can you tell us the story and why it is your major turning point?
Okay. When it comes to my career or how I say it, personality, I think the major turning point was when I moved here. I
Okay.
don't know, for some reason, maybe because I managed to meet different people of different background, of different philosophy, of different culture, that helps me to raise the way I live my life. I mean, the standard of living that I'm living. Like, for
Okay.
example, you. If you knew me before, I'm the type of person who would just like to be in the house. I love to go out, but I didn't appreciate that much the gallery, the museum, the
I kind of dragged you into
yeah.
the museum.
So thanks to you for bringing me
And
to
art
all of those,
festivals.
the art festival, the musical, the theater, the movies.
Oh,
I
gosh.
don't know all of those before.
Okay.
So luckily, you are part of.
Looks like I made an impact.
Yeah, and some of my
Yes.
friends in the church,
Yeah.
some of them are old enough to share their wisdom.
Yeah.
That I was thinking like, oh, this guy has a lot of point. I didn't know that this could be applicable to my life as well.
Okay.
So I think I learned a lot from those people that I managed to meet here in Singapore.
I think I have to agree. It's really when we meet new people or we let some people in our lives and we share lives with them.
Yeah.
I do believe in saying that you get to know someone by spending time with them,
Yeah.
hearing their stories, and it is through their stories and backgrounds that you
That you
really
would learn. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that's your major turning point coming here.
I think so, yeah. Then aside from that, I mean, working here in Singapore, you would realize that you're blessed. I mean,
Absolutely.
maybe financially because you would be financially how to say it. I mean, you would be financially free. You won't. There would be enough money for you to live your life, to give to your family, and also to to do more for your leisure. Like because I was able to work here, I managed to travel because there's more. I don't know how to say it.
Let's just say that you have more now to spend.
I think so.
On traveling.
Yeah, thank you, God. Lord.
Okay, so let's just turn back time 20 years back. Okay, if you are facing your 15-year-old self, what are the 3 things that you would tell him?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, look at a mirror and then tell me what will you say to your 15-year-old self?
Okay. So first one, the world doesn't revolve around you.
That is so true. That is so true. The world
during those times, I always think that I'm the center of the universe. Like, I want to be so competitive that everyone will just look at me. Everyone will look up at me. That that the center of attention will be upon me. And I realize now that it's not a good way to live your life.
Great.
That life is about giving. That life is about sharing. That life is about relationship. And you won't be able to sustain a relationship if you're very self-centered and if you think that life just revolves around you. So that's number 1. Number 2, be a good brother, son, and friend. During those times, I think I'm not that good. I'm not that kind. I'm not the friendly person that you knew right now. I'm not sure if I'm that friendly enough. But during those times, I think most of the people around me doesn't like me that much because I'm just so full of myself. Okay. Like I do have this stereotype. I mean, I do have this persona that I'm very mysterious. That I don't want to. Whenever I go outside, some of the people I know close to me, they know that I'm very loud. But whenever I go outside, I'm very mysterious. Something like that.
It's like a split personality of some sort. Okay. So what's the third one? So first is that the world doesn't revolve around you. Next is that to be a good person.
Right? And also to my brother and sister. During those times, I don't think I'm a good brother. We always fight a lot.
Call up my dad.
We always fight a lot and I don't even support them. It's like, you live your own life, I'll do my own.
So what is the third thing that you will tell your 15-year-old self?
Given the chance to go back, I think you should know what you really want. Learn to discern what you really want to do with your life.
At 15, that's kind of hard, you know?
Yeah. But during those times, I think the major purpose of my life is just to raise the standard of my family. Like from poverty you want from poverty you will be the savior of your family, that you need to raise them from poverty to richness. So growing up, that was my motivation to study, that was my motivation to strive hard.
And I think there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But
that really
the side effect is you realize that you do things that you really don't. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe I was questioning myself now, like, because I was raised with that mentality. I don't know if I really do what I really want to do with my life right now.
I see. Okay. The follow-up question would be somehow related to that. So just recap. It's the world doesn't revolve around you. Be a good person, a sister or brother. And then the last one is that
know what you really
want in life. So looking back, 10 years ago, like a decade ago, is this how you see yourself now? Is this how you see yourself from that point to
Definitely
now?
not. How
different?
Yeah, definitely not. But I'm really thankful to God. I'm really grateful that God has been graciously good to me, to surround me with different people who supports me, who I know genuinely loves me. That
really?
Yeah. So Jhesy. Yeah.
Okay.
So that kind of helps me to express myself better. Like before, I'm really I'm really curious about. I think this person will judge me. This
Yeah.
person will judge me. Like I always think about what other people will say about me.
Yeah.
But now I'm just so grateful to God that God has surrounded me with people who's very supportive, who's giving life with their words, with their actions, with their gifts. Yeah, so I think it kind of helped me a lot with the way I perceive life now, with the way I see tomorrow, with the way I see the future.
That's
Yeah.
deep. But thank you, Ben. So, kind of the follow-up question that I have is kind of related to that as well. And you talk about creativity, and for most people who know you, you love, of course, traveling, right?
Yeah, I think
You love
I'm most known
yeah,
for
for
being a
traveling.
traveler.
But the other thing that most people don't know probably is that you're very good at video editing and photography, and I can definitely attest to that. So,
Thank you.
when did you realize that you have passion for all of these things? Was
Okay.
there like a light bulb moment, or like I call it like the toilet moment, because most of the time
Toilet moment.
yeah, most of the time some of
Or
my
in the
ideas,
shower.
yeah, in the shower, or when I'm sorry, it's too much information. But what about you? How did you? Was there like a moment that it just everything just clicked and you knew right there and then that this is really what I want to pursue?
Okay.
No,
So
tell me it's a toilet moment, because that is mine.
I'm not sure if that's a toilet moment. But if you knew me for the last 7 years or 10 years, especially when the social media started, you would know that I really love to post a lot.
I know.
In the last-
He doesn't. I'm kidding.
Especially
Kidding.
in the first 5 years.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm always posting all the stuff that I'm doing. Like I'm going to the gym.
So
I'm going
you're that kind of person. who-
before. I was the worst. Like looking back now, if I'm going to scroll my Instagram account, what have I
Why
posted
did I
before?
Post that? Why did you even post it? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but during those times, I realized that okay, maybe it helps me to improve my craft, especially
Yeah.
with photography. Then I realized that there's a turning point. I think 2017, when there's changes in the technology, I managed to buy some gadgets that will help me improve with my photography. And you know me, whenever I go for travel, I do my
yeah.
best. Like not just with the
yes.
itinerary, but also with the clothing, with the way I would pose, with the way I would project with the camera. Because I do have this mentality that I need to do it because I may not be able to go back to that place again. So might as
Okay.
well do your best, enjoy, explore everything that you can do in that location, so that 30 years from now you would be thankful to yourself that
It's
you
like
have done yours.
making the most out of the moment, out
Yeah,
of the place, out
exactly.
of the situation.
Then unknowingly, I realized that, surprisingly, I got a good shot here. Then, I got another good shot here. Then it's like, maybe I have raised my standard already. Then people appreciate it eventually. Then
Yeah.
I realized,
They're really good. They're really good.
I didn't realize that I'm good at photography. Then, when people when people message me like, this one is really good, and I go, okay, maybe I'm really good at photography. Same with videography. Before, I'm not that good. I mean, if you will see the first videos that I've done, especially for travel, it sucks. But now, I realized that, okay, I can do something to make it better, to make it more memorable, so that, one thing that I realize whenever I'm doing video editing is, I should consider the people watching this one, especially the audience. Like for example, if the target is my audience, then I need to make it like cinematic or something like that. That I need to highlight the best. Yeah. So I think it would kind of help you improve your craft if you know the target audience that you're. I mean, the reason why you are doing those stuff.
Okay, so the why.
The why.
So, okay. We're getting nearer to the more serious question. So
I'm scared.
Okay.
Getting nervous.
This is kind of the usual question that most people will throw into someone who's celebrating their birthday. But what do you want to tell your future self? I mean, any advice, suggestions that that you
Future
would
self.
want to remember and learn from?
Future self. You mean if I'm in the future?
No, to your future self.
Oh, to my future self. Bien. Be more loving. Appreciate the relationship that you have right now. Appreciate the peace that you have right now. Enjoy the moment. Live your life. Love more. Love God.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really good. So, if there is something that you would take from this decade
Mm-hmm.
to 2030, what will it
From this day.
be? Yeah. If you are, sorry,
Alright.
let me rephrase. If you are to keep something from 2020 and take it all the way to 2030, what will it be?
Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is peace.
Peace, yeah.
Yeah, peace of
I
mind.
think
Like
everyone
last-
needs that.
Like last Wednesday, we're talking about mental health, and I realized that I think God has been gracious to me to give me this state of mind that somehow I'm at peace. I mean, I'm not happy that we have this pandemic, but I do have this peace of mind now that I don't have before.
Okay.
So, if given a chance, hopefully I will still have this mental state or this peace of mind that I have, and bring it until 2030
Peace.
or until
Let's just not say until 2030 because it's something that we definitely
Yeah.
need for the rest of our lives.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, number one is peace. Number two is the relationship.
Yeah.
Not just the friends, but genuine relationship and life-giving relationship. Like friendship with you, friendship with churchmate, with life group, with family, and colleagues, office colleagues. Yeah. I think one of the things that I'm grateful for are the relationships that I have right now. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect.
No
but
one is.
but I'm glad that I got to share my life with them, and I got to learn their life also and learn from it.
Beautifully said.
Yeah. Especially your life. I'm learning a lot from it.
No, I learned a lot from you as well, and that's why I'm grateful for the friendship that we have, and that's why we're doing this. It's sort of my
Yeah.
gift to you. No, there is one more, but no, my final question again would be, if let's say there will be a documentary or like a bio
Oh.
about you, and
You mean movie?
okay, let's just say movie.
Who would be the actor?
What will be the title? Let's say if you are to capture it in a 5-word title,
Oh my goodness.
just 5 words. What will be the title of that documentary or that bio?
I was actually initially thinking that it would be titled as Bien, This is the Beginning. But I don't know if that's a good title for the 35 years.
Yeah, it's sappy. But okay, if that's a title that you would want for your film, then I will take
I will
that.
I will think of a better title next time.
Okay.
I was thinking of the actor actually, not the title. Yeah, sorry.
So, okay,
That's the title, not the actor.
the actor who would play you in a film.
I don't want to answer. I will get mashed.
So before we end this time capsule birthday interview, I'd like to give you your gift.
Well,
again,
I do have a gift.
so you're not expecting any gift from me. I shouldn't have.
I thought this was the gift.
No. So yeah, I just want to say happy birthday and thank you for
Thank
being
you.
in my life and for including me on the top 5, guys. Top
First-
5 for the
First
batch.
top
So
5.
you only get to have 5 guests, and I'm part of the first 5.
Yeah.
But really, happy birthday. You deserve all the love, all the
Thank you.
success. And I'm grateful that we're part of the community together. You're like family, and
Yeah.
it's all written
Sorry.
in my letter. I'm not going to disclose a lot, but thank you. And I'll always be here. Hopefully, wherever life takes us, we'd still be in the same continent. I mean, but let me just get the gift. Just give me 1 second. I'm not sure if you will like it though.
Wow.
But I kind of stalked your Instagram.
Is this the one that you're doing last
that's
night?
the one that I was doing at
Oh.
1 a.m. in the morning.
I was supposed to comment on it and tell you that is it supposed to be up for me?
You're assuming
I want to be that assumptionista.
assumptions.
Can I open it?
Yeah, you can open the letter and then
Do I
you can
need to
just
read?
read it later. No, you just read it later and then you destroy the envelope. Wow.
I'm sorry. This is supposed.
No. Okay, so that's the card. It's a postcard. So just keep it. Don't read it yet. And
Thank you.
That's the other gift. You can pour the.
Pen?
Yeah, you can. That you can.
But this one.
This one you're not supposed to pour. You're supposed to keep.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not sure though. You see, acrylic is not really my medium, but I tried.
Wow. What's this?
I'm not sure if you will recognize it.
Wow. The cherry blossom.
Yeah, the post of that May 20th. And
Do I look like this one?
I'm not sure. I tried so hard.
Thank you.
I had a hard time with the hair because it's supposed to be like that. But happy birthday! And
Thank you
I
so
love
much
that
for
photo
this.
because
Appreciate
it looks so peaceful and
So
it matches
calming.
your shirt.
Yeah, this is the motto of the day.
Yeah, that's the theme of the day. So happy birthday again, and thank you for guesting again on the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for watching, for listening.
Appreciate it.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you guys.
Bye. Happy birthday.